Good morning. Happy Monday. I am Tanya with Ribbon Branch Crafts, and I'm here every Monday and Wednesday at 8 a.m. Central Time. You can always catch these videos on my YouTube channel. I upload them right after the live is over. And today I'm with the Bright and Early Crafters, hosted by Debbie's Bright Ideas. And today's theme was, let me pull myself up here. Today's theme was it's a great pumpkin. And so that got me thinking about the Peanuts characters again. And you guys, if you saw, we did the Snoopy house last week. And so today I figured we're going to do some, we are going to do, hey, Tammy, good morning, my friend. We're going to do some ornaments that are very versatile. They're super duper easy. And there's going to be a kit available if you want to make these yourself. They're very easy. These would be fun to put on your Christmas tree. These also translate for Thanksgiving if you have like a Halloween or a Christmas or a Thanksgiving tree. These are very, very versatile to do because the colors are not like real specific to any kind of holiday, but they fit in with pretty much every holiday. Hey Cheryl, how are ya? Thank you, thank you. I tried to do a little something different. Try to be a little spooky, but so for our, it's a great pumpkin if you have like a festive tree for the fall and things like that. We're gonna make a Woodstock ornament. We're going to make a little Charlie Brown shirt. We're going to do a Snoopy, and we're going to do our Charlie Brown. And then we're going to do, if we have time, we're going to do a Snoopy house. But this will be a kit, and I'll have it available later this morning. I'll create the listing after I get off of here. And there's going to be a few of these available. So what you're going to get if you get the kit is you're going to get these kind of ornaments, but you can use whatever you have on hand. If you just want to use some little wood circles, drill a hole, or just whatever you want to do. And you can make these yourself if you want to. And I'll let you know the colors of the clay I'm using. Hey, Patty. Hey, Lydia. Good morning. Buenos dias. Hey, did I say hey, Patty? I'm so sorry. Yes. Hey, Rose. How are you guys? Yes, I love Woodstock and Snoopy. I love them. So I figured these were the ones that we all probably like the most. But you can translate and do, you can do any of the characters, any of the little kids or whatever you want to do. The Snoopy, or not the Snoopy, the Charlie Brown tree. But if you get the kit, you'll get 5 of these and then the clay to do this project. And okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. Let me see if I can, since these are so small, so you guys can, people coming in can see what we're doing. But yeah, I thought, and they're lightweight. They're super lightweight. Once they're dry, you guys know with the with that. So okay, the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is we are going to do Charlie Brown, the star of the show. Yeah, I really like Woodstock. He's so cute. And and another thing too is you don't really need a whole lot of clay to do these either. They're super fun. It's just really, if you get the kit, this would be good for you to learn, like, again, with the basic shapes and how to put basic shapes together to make different kinds of stuff. Hey, Laura, good morning. Yay, I'm so glad you're able to make it. How are you, Laura? So this is the rosy beige if you want to make these on your own. This is essentially, what people call skin color. Hey, Eliza, good morning. And like I said, these are super duper easy and very versatile. And you guys know, there's a whole bunch of characters that are on, the Peanuts that you can do. But when Debbie sent us that it's a great pumpkin, I thought of it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Hey, Stacy, good to see ya. We are making ornaments for every holiday. So these would fit in, like if you have a fall themed tree, if you like to do that, that these would be good. And you can also translate them and leave them and turn them into Christmas ornaments. If you do like a little Charlie Brown theme, that would be super cute for a Christmas tree. But What are you doing, Debbie? Are you having a good day? I am good, Laura. Thank you for asking. It's very chilly this morning. But this ornament that I got here is you can use any size that you want to. Just scale it to, to the size. Hey, Debbie, how are you, my friend? This one is a 3-inch ornament. Okay, we're just gonna leave it. We're not popping nothing off. Super duper easy. Okay, so I got my rosy beige rolled out. Jamie girl, there she is. What are you doing? And I'm just gonna put some tacky glue. Okay, so now one important thing is you want to put a little tacky glue to connect that silver piece to the ornament itself, because we are going to cover that with clay, and that'll make sure that your ornaments are just more, they're more durable. And also with these are not glass, so if you drop them, you ain't gotta worry. If you got kids and stuff, these are really kid friendly. If you make these and then that, let your kids decorate with them, or if you have animals that like to knock stuff off your tree, you ain't gotta worry about it breaking. So, Amy, what you doing? So we are just gonna take this, and I'm just gonna trim off my excess, and we're gonna do like we do with most of our projects, and we're just gonna bring it around to the back. And I'm planning on having there's going to be between 3 and 5 of this particular one available, that I'll have in my Etsy shop, and probably an hour or two after I get off of here. But I plan on having some different designs for you guys too with these type of ornaments, just a different theme. So I'll let you guys know when I get them out too. So I'm just spreading my clay around, and I want to make sure that I cover as close as I can to my top here, and just smooth it around with your finger. This is very easy. Okay. And then once we get that covered, and you can make these double-sided too if you want to. I'm not going to. I did with this one, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, so we have our ornament covered. See how easy that is? And I went right up to the top, because when this dries, it'll all just be that much more, secure. So then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do his ears and his nose. So I'm going to get a little bit more of my rosy beige out. Home Forever Season. Hey, girlfriend. Good to see you. What is your name, honey? I forgot. Is it Maureen? It's Maureen, right? Why don't you put glue on the back? Cheryl, I don't put glue on the back because I don't feel like it's really necessary, because once I put tacky glue on the front to tack it down and get that part nice, and then when I flip it over, when the clay all comes together and meets in the back, it tends to just kind of stick with no problem. So I just don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this, maybe a little bit less, and we're just going to roll it in a ball. Where did I find the ornaments? You can probably get these on Amazon. I got these through my supplier, but they probably have them on Amazon if you don't want to get the kits. So, okay, I just rolled it in like a little slightly oval shape, okay? And we're just going to put it slightly up from the middle, and then just give it a gentle press here. And that's what we have so far, okay? Then the next thing we're going to do. Hey, Mary, good morning. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Yeah, I thought these are fun, and there's, like I said, there's nothing to them. This is a very kid friendly one, very beginner friendly type of thing, and you can get some really really cute stuff. So okay, so I have another bowl of the rosy beige, and we're just gonna cut this in half and leave these exactly the shape that they are. Okay, so then the next thing that we're gonna do is find about, we're gonna put just right around, slightly above with where we put our nose, okay? And we're just going to tack them on. They should go right on since your clay's still wet. And then I have a ball tool that I use um, to go in, and I'm just going to make a little bit of an indentation for his ear. Rock it back and forth just a little bit. Here we go. See how easy this is? So easy. You need kid-friendly, beginner-friendly furs. These would be a great one then, Stacy. This would be an awesome project. And you can, like I said, there's like a bazillion different designs that you could do with something, with this type of idea. So, I'm going to have some, I'll be working on them this week, but I'll have some, Christmas themed, kits like this. Oh, yes, ma'am. You're welcome, Cheryl. Did everybody have a good weekend? I sure hope so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of color to our face so it's not, so bland. And I'm going to go in with this color right here on my contour palette. And I'm just going to shade under the nose and inside the ears. Just a little bit. Okay, see how it gives it just like some more depth. And then the next thing that we're going to do for this one is we're going to get some of your black, or this is the charcoal that I'm using. Okay, and now we're going to start working on the eyes. Hey, Cindy, what are you doing, girl? Thanks for coming. Yeah, I love the Peanuts Christmas, and that's kind of where my brain's really been there so far uh, for this holiday season. I got me a little ball here. It's probably about a 1/4 inch, maybe you can a little bigger would be all right. Um, and then we're going to do our little cut it in half trick. Roll these into balls. Okay, now once we have that, then we're going to put them slightly off to the sides of the nose and up. Okay, hold on. I didn't cut that even. Hi, Hazel. How are ya? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Okay, I think I got it even that time. Okay, so I'm just going to stick them on. And then once you get them placed about where you want, then we're just going to gently press them out to as big as you want. Okay, and then we have that. Hey, Dawn, good morning. Hey, they. How are you guys today? Good to see you, everybody. Did you guys have a good weekend? I was just saying earlier, it's pretty chilly this morning. It's nice and sunny, but it is a little frigid for sure. I'm gonna get me another little bit of my black. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our taper trick, okay? So that's just, we're going to roll us a little snake of clay. And then once you get your log about, let's see, how long did I roll this? Maybe about 3 to 3.5 inches, I think was good. And then we're going to taper the edges off. I'll show you what I mean. See how you want like a little bit of a point on it, okay? And I formed, when I did these yesterday, I formed them before I put them on here to make sure so I didn't screw it up if I, did it wrong. So we're going to make a U shape. Can you see what I'm doing here? We're making a U shape. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take one end, we're going to curl it, and then make another U shape. And then you can just kind of fuss with it a little bit from there. And that's what we got, okay? So now we're going to place it on our little Charlie Brown. And then just kind of form it from there. Okay. So then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take his, okay, Tammy. Then we're going to take his, we're going to make him some little eyebrows. And this is the same taper thing. You're just doing it smaller like that, okay? And make you another little U shape. And then just press it on his eye. You can do this. You like it, Marine? Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Put the other one on. Okay, so then the last thing really for this is, as far as the clay goes, is the mouth. And for this part where I put I tried to make it look a little cartoony. I don't know. I'm not very good at that, but I thought they still came out pretty cute. That is just, I use shuttle art paint pens for anybody that's wanting to add that effect. That's how I got that. And I would recommend that you wait. I'm going to show you with one of them just for the sake of the video, but I would recommend waiting till it's dry so it doesn't drag through your clay on accident and then, mess up your pretty creation you just made. So I'm just rolling me another little log. This is probably about 2.5 inches or so. And we're just going to bend it and make a little smile. And just kind of gently press. Boom. Y'all, we got our Charlie Brown already. Okay, so I'm going to set this one off to the side and we'll just start working on them. And then once we get a little closer to being done, then I'll show you on one of them how to add the lines if you want to. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you how to do, get you another one, is we are going to go ahead, I'll show you how to do the woodstock, okay? So this is the dandelion color for anybody who's wanting to try this. Hey Angie, good morning. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Good to see everybody. I'm feeling a little slow moving today, y'all. A little bit of a snail today. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is the same thing we're doing on all of our ornaments, and then just different decorating. Very, very easy. You could sit down one day and make a whole crap load of these. Okay, don't forget, put a little tacky glue on your on the top part where the silver meets the actual ornament, because that'll help anchor it in a little more. You like them, Debbie? Yay, I'm so glad. Yeah, when you sent us the great pumpkin, that's immediately where my brain went to. And I'm like, these, you could use these all year round, like incorporate just some little egg ones, or I just whatever, and you could turn them into literally any holiday. Yeah, and I figured like people who, I know that there's people, I don't particularly do it, but I know a lot of people do have uh like their same tree, but then they decorate it for all the different seasons. So this is a great fall color, so if you got like this would really go well with like pumpkins and things like that. So you can go into pretty much anything. Mary, I got mine from my supplier, but I would look on Amazon. I would imagine that they probably have these on there as well. I'm not sure how much they would cost through there though. But yeah, if you're wanting to make these on your own and do your own designs and you don't want to get the kit for this, I would check Amazon for sure. They more than likely I would say yeah, they probably got them. I know they have the wood uh, those acrylic kits that I had a while back for the Grinch. I did get those on Amazon, and they also have um, wood ones. So I would imagine they have these too. So check it out. Okay, shapoopy. Already got the next one. So I gotta look off of this because I have to concentrate for this. I know, Debbie. I love Charlie Brown too. I really do. Like the fun little tree that's just, I don't know. It's just nice. Keep my tree up all year round. Yes, yeah. See, you are welcome, Mary. Yeah, more than likely, I would say yeah. Just type in blank blank Christmas ornaments and see what you can find that way. Probably be the best way to find it. I get so excited every year to see it on. Yes, I know, Debbie. I love that one too. I sure do. I sure do. Stacy. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna have a few kits to start with. Like I said, I got these from my supplier, so I have a bunch of these. I'm not sure if I want to do like specifically Christmas kits for you guys. But if you guys really like these and they go quick, then I'll just renew it for you. So, but there will be at least 3 within an hour or two after me uh, posting this on YouTube. So, and I'll share the link with you guys after I get it. So we're going to do us a little log here, okay, and do it somewhat thin, okay. And I tapered the edges off on this. So what we're going to do is you find the top, okay, and we're just going to go over to the left just a little bit, maybe about an inch down, and we're going to tack it and then make a little bit of a curl here because we have to separate, the start of his hair from his nose. And then we're just going to make us a big U shape. Okay. And then bring it back down. And then we're going to clip this at an angle when you get to the bottom. Give it a little bit of a gentle press here. Okay, so if anybody wants to screenshot this, this is the beginning of the front of our woodstock. Okay. What does my shirt say? It just has, it's a bunch of scriptures to let you know if you're chosen. Read First Thessalonians 1:4. If you're special, God says you're special. Ephesians 2:10. It's just a bunch of vegetables. Uh. Oh, Cheryl, to Mary and Stacy was asking where I got them. Cheryl said Hobby Lobby has them. So there you go, ladies. You can check there too if you want to. Okay, so now for this part, I am going to, let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this. This is about an inch that I got here. And I'm going to start fairly close so we keep that neck shape. And then we're going to curl it, make you a little U shape, and then give it a little bitty curl at the end. Okay, and this is how we get our basic woodstock shape. Okay, so now the hair part is easy because it's just you know how his hair is, just kind of willy-nilly, and I'll show you how to do that next. So these pieces you want thinner than what you just did to kind of separate the eye a little bit from um, like the hair versus the character. So we're just going to roll another long log, and I'm just going to try to use the same log and just keep trimming it. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, maybe not. So I'm going to start with, I got to look off myself here. So I'm going to put one next to my first little hair that I made, and I'm just going to curl it slightly. Okay. Then we're going to roll, I'm going to taper my next one here. And now I'm going to go ahead and make like a little bit of a petal shape, I guess. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I curved one way, and then I'm curving one the other way. And see how it gives you like a little bit of like a petally shape? It's like a good way to do it. Yeah, for sure. I might have to go check that out myself so I don't have to buy as many. But if you guys like these, um, okay, so that one's a little too long. So I'm going to take me a little bit shorter one, and I'm just going to make this one go straight across like that. And then we're going to go ahead and make us another little petal shape. Okay. And put one on. And I'm going to put my curve the other one towards the one I just put down, and make another kind of a petally thing. Okay. And we got that. Take another one. And I'm going to put this one. Now this you can just, kind of put them however you want now that you got the basic shape. But I'm going to start curving these. I put this one right next to my last one just to make it a little bit different, make his hair look a little crazy like it looks in the cartoon. And then we're just going to put a couple more on. Take me one more little small one. And I'm just doing two little curve shapes. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and connect these as well. look at that. See? Now we have our outline. Did I get a new tattoo? Are you talking about my butterfly? No, I've had that for years. I have had that for years, ma'am. Okay, so we just get you a little tiny ball, and we're gonna roll it in like a tiny little oval. Okay, and then we're gonna go about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway down the tip of our nose. Okay, then we're gonna take a little more of our charcoal. Thank you, Debbie. Hey, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I know, me too, girl. Me too. Me too. Very nostalgic for me. This is one of my and Peanuts Christmas. I really liked watching shit. The Great Pumpkin and the Peanuts Christmas. And then now all we're gonna do is just put a little smile on. And boom, y'all. We have our Woodstock. Okay. So now we have our Charlie Brown. We have our Woodstock. So the next thing that I'm going to show you how to do is we are going to go ahead, since we already got our dandelion color out, I'll show you how to do the Charlie Brown shirt. So get you another ornament. Need a little bit more, I think. Yay, I'm glad you guys are liking these. And like I said, these are just, you can do anything with these. You can make them, that's one of the projects I was thinking, but I use a mold to get like the sweater, so I don't really know how to turn it into a kit to teach you, but maybe I can figure something out. But thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Debbie. I have this really cool mold for making like a sweater texture. It's awesome. I got it on Amazon if anybody's wanting to get one. I need a little bit more. But like you can make a sweater looking ornament, and that would be super duper cute too. Okay. I think I got enough now. Yeah, the ornaments are fun because you can do, this is one of them, the possibilities are endless what you can do, Hey Janet, how are you, my friend? Okay, very important. Don't forget, put a little tacky glue where the silver meets the ornament, okay? And then we're just gonna layer down, and tuck her around. Okay. And then make sure you bring that around to the back. And don't forget to press it around your silver on the back too, okay? This is a very relaxing project too. Like just because there's not a whole lot to it, and it's really just one of them kind of just enjoying crafting type of craft. Yes, Janet, not for the actual like the character, but I am gonna have a cutie kit for the strawberry shortcake. Anybody that's wondering, any of the characters, I'm gonna try to work on all of the friends, so everyone, I know everybody has their favorite, so I just got this covered. Okay, easy peasy. And then But yeah, I'll have a cutie version of all of the characters that I make that you guys can get. There will be the cutie version that you can learn how to make of that. So, hey Ramona, good to see you. How are you, my friend? So I'm getting out some more charcoal. This is another thing too, like you don't need a whole lot of colors either, so you don't need much at all. Okay, so now how I did these little stripes is also very easy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a little bit of my log shape here. Little pieces. And we're just going to roll that out. So what I have is I have this cookie cutter right here. It's just a rectangle. If you have scissors or just your little baker cutter tool, that absolutely will work too. And you can use your scissors instead of, this is just easier. Very, there's less steps to it, less to do with your hands. So that's the only reason why I'm doing this. But you can absolutely use scissors. You do not need this cookie cutter to do this. So you just cut you a triangle and then I lay it down. And then what you do is you're going to cut a triangle out of the middle. Okay. Thank you, Amy. Yes, I'm glad you like them because they're so fun to make. That was like, it's still one of my favorite things. So, hey Lou, how are you? Glad you came in. Okay, so we're going to cut triangle out of the middle, just like that. You see that? Okay. So then we're going to butt up to where we had our last triangle and cut you another triangle. I'll show you what I mean here. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Okay, so now we're going to turn it around and lay it on the other flat side, and we're going to make a triangle right underneath each of our triangles. So your first one will be like that. See? And if you had scissors, you just cut in at an angle and make your triangle that way, okay? You don't need fancy, none of this stuff to do this if you don't have it. See? Then we got our little Charlie Brown stripe. So since our clay is still wet, I'm just going to find my center here. Tack it down. And then we're going to gently press because we don't want to mess up our little design we just made. And there we go. See how easy this is, you guys? You can do this. I'm telling you. I'm going to go ahead and make this a double-sided ornament and just go ahead and connect it since I got it out. So take your log, roll it out. Cut your square out. Cut one out of the middle. Oops. Okay. And we go on the back. And it does look better if you make your little zigzag a little thicker. I made one yesterday and it was thin and it just didn't look right. So even with this one, I like this one better than this one. See the difference? So I think the big one looks cooler if you do this. Okay, so just center it again. Tack her down. And then we're just gonna trim it where it meets. Gently press. Need to trim this side. Okay, gently press, meet the two sides together. See how easy that is? Got you a whole ornament, y'all. All right, that's 3. And so now the next thing, this is just a little bonus one. All this is cover it in red clay, just in case we don't have time to get to this one. Cover it in red clay. Cut you some little trapezoids out. There's no size to this, just whatever you think. And a little oval for your house in black logs. That's it. That's all there is to this, okay? But I want to make sure I show you how to do the our little Snoopy guy. Okay, so for this one, we need white. Get you another one. Okay, so got that. And since we're here, I want to let you guys know. So on Wednesdays, Debbie lets us either do a craft or we can do a sale of some sort. So on Wednesday, I was thinking about starting a thing, and you guys let me know um, what you think about this. Is I finally got my PayPal set up where I can accept payments outside of Etsy and the shipping and all of that. And so I was thinking of doing either a weekly or every other week. I'm not sure yet, but doing a sale for you guys. So it's essentially like the clay that I sell, the cabochons, the kits, all of that stuff, finished items and stuff that I just need to get rid of and get room for. They'll be discounted on that day. So on if we have a sale day, that means if I'm doing a live sale, you're going to get at least probably 15% up to 50% off, and it's going to be random items. So when you show up for the sale, it'll be cabochons are normally $1.25. Today they're 75 cents, but it's for that day only, and then you'll just have to get them at regular price through my Etsy shop. So I was thinking about, or like the clay, I will have some clay on the Wednesday sale, and uh, it'll have a sale price if you get it on Wednesday through the live. It'll only be $8.50 for that day. So I'm trying to give you guys like just little fun things and ways to save money so we can all just keep crafting and having fun. And what do you guys think about that? Just a way to show my appreciation for you guys. And yes, the free shipping if you get $43 or more through the live sale. The same would still apply if you did it through Etsy. Like you bought $43 or more and you qualify for free shipping still. So it would be the exact same. It's like just buying everything on sale on Etsy, but you're, coming to hang out with me to see what's on sale this week. You guys want to do that? Okay, cool. So this Wednesday I'll start getting some stuff ready, and like I said, it's going to be a little bit of finished items and then a little bit of supplies. So it's going to just be a mix, Mod Podge, anywhere from 15 some of the stuff will be up to 75% off. So, hey, Lisa, there she is. Okay, so I'll plan on getting some stuff pulled together for you guys, and we'll see how that goes. I thought it'd be fun for us do something a little different, and plus give you guys, get a chance to get a really good deal on some stuff. So I just want you guys to know how much I really appreciate you. And okay, so there we go. Got our right one covered, and we're gonna do. Okay, Stacy, I will see you guys Wednesday. Then I'll try to have some cool stuff lined up, but so we're going to get another ball of clay. You want it slightly bigger than the ball that we did for our Charlie Brown nose, okay? And once we get our ball, then we're going to do the same thing. Just roll it just a little bit. And we're going to put this one just slightly lower than center. Okay. So then we're going to go back in with our charcoal. Do you have glitter and sprinkles? I have sprinkles. I do not have glitter. I believe Debbie she has rhinestones and glitter, sprinkle mixes. She has, I have like just I can show you really quick. I have sprinkles like this. So the main stuff I carry is like these. These are crumble sprinkles. This is like a candy corn mix. And then I have sprinkles like this, so you guys can just add what you want, and they go with more of your projects. So you buy one bag and you can use it in multiple things instead of having to buy a whole bunch of stuff. So, and then I have actual jimmies like that. So it'll be stuff like this. And I think these are $3.50 and these are $2.50, but I might just it's just going to be random stuff. I'm going to pick some stuff, and today these are $1.50 instead of $3.50. Like, you just never know. Okay. But I'll make sure it'll be worth your time. So if you're able. Hey, Christine, what you doing? Okay, it's a little too big. So I'm just rolling a little ball of black clay, and we're going to do the same thing. Just roll it slightly to make it like that little oval shape. And then we're going to press that on. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and get us another ball. This one is about 1.5 inches, I'd say. And we're going to do our cut it in half trick. These are going to be the ears, so we want the ears to be as even as we can get them. And then we're going to roll a cone, like somewhat of a thin cone on top. And I'm doing these about 2.5 inches, okay? So you want your cone to be kind of like this shape. And then once we get that, we're going to flatten it with our palm and focus your flattening mainly on the bottom part of the ear. So you have like that kind of teardrop flat shape. Hey Donna, how are you, my friend? How are you? How are you? Okay, so we got that one's 2.5. Then we're gonna flatten it out. Like I said, focus more on flattening it out, to get that ear shape. So now we got our ears, and then grab your little Snoopy Doop, and then we're just gonna attach them right on the side of his face, and just gently press down. And then I am pressing the ear, pressing it out just a little bit. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do for this is the eyes and the mouth. See how easy these are? You'll do something awesome. You always do, Christine. You always do, my friend. This might be a little bit too big. Maybe a little less than ½ inch ball for the eyes for our Snoopy guy. And do your cut it in half tricks so you have even eyes. And these, I left this oval shape that you get when you cut it in half for the Snoopy. And we're just going to put them kind of over and up from our nose as well. Shoot. Okay. And the last thing we got to do is the smile. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda. Okay, so this is just that same thin black log, and we're just going to taper the ends off. That's a little bit too much. I know, I love him too, Maureen. I do. And Woodstock, just super duper cute. And I loved Woodstock because you guys, my favorite color is yellow. So, and plus he's a cute little bird. We had birds when I was growing up, so I love birds. Still a little bit bigger than what I want. Okay, and then we're just going to make our little U shape. There we go, you guys. Easy peasy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. We got 10 minutes left, so we're going to start decorating. Let me put my clay away so it doesn't dry out on me. And then I'll show you if you want to do like the cartoony effect. How to do it. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, Stacy. Oh, that would be so cute. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. So this is just to give you an idea. But the kit is going to come with 4, and it's going to come with for you to do this one, to do this one, and to do these 2. Okay, that's what the kit is for. But you can absolutely, like Cheryl said, if you want to get your own ornaments and you want to make more, if you want to make Lucy or, put the little Charlie Brown tree on there, you can do, you want to boop the nose? Here you go. I'll do it for you. Boop. Okay, so I'll show you with Charlie Brown first. So these are my shuttle art markers. I absolutely love these. We're going to use the brush tip. Okay, very important because it helps you get like that kind of wispy line. And that's what we're looking for. Okay. Maria, hey honey bun. Oh, don't ever be sorry. Never ever be sorry for that. I'm glad to see you though. So I'm going to start on the bottom side of his face, and I'm going to just do a very light line. Kind of let it do its little wisp at the end, and then put a couple little dots. You see that? Then we're going to do another line kind of a little more up, start here. And this part, if you don't like this, you do not have to do it. I'm just showing you if you do like it and you want to try to have like that kind of more Charlie Brownish, that this is how one way that you can do it if you want. So for the ear part, I'm going to go around his face. And then once you get to like his ear, I'm going to make like a little V shape and kind of follow the contour of the top of his ear. Just a little bit. See, like that. Hey, Trina. Hey, Trina. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the other ear. Once you get to that, we're going to go up. Okay. And then I think I'm going to do one right above on his hairline. Here. Let's see. Okay. And I think I'm going to call my Charlie Brown good. And then now we'll do, since we got a few minutes left, I'll show you how to do Woodstock. And for him, I just outlined like the outside of him. I'll show you what I mean. So I went under his neck with one. And then I'm going to go on, just pick one side and go on each hair or every other hair. It's up to you. So just kind of randomly add you some detail there. Okay. And then I think I'm going to put one. And you don't, when you're doing lines like this with these pins, you do not need much pressure at all. So they work really good. So, and now I think that's all I want for that and around him. And then I'm just going to do a couple little accent lines around my ornament. And I think that's it for that one. Whoops. Let me show you this one. And then that's what that one looks like when it's done. You can add more or less. It's completely up to you. Hey, Ruby, how are you? Do the nose? Okay, we'll do the nose. Oh, the nose on my Charlie Brown. Yes. Thank you, Cheryl. I'll show you. So for the nose on the Charlie Brown, all I did is I made like a little U shape. Okay, make sure that you try to have your wispy line. So we just go around. Thank you, Cheryl. Almost forgot the nose. Okay, and that is it for that. Guys, this is very easy. So now I'll show you and see with this one, that's, you just outline it. Okay, there ain't much to that one. So you guys know with the Charlie Brown, like when they get scared, they get the little lines right here on their face. So I'll show you on this one how to do that if you, if you like that and you want to do that. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are liking them, and I hope you try them because, like I said, they're very fun, very fuss free. They're cheap to do, so um, yeah, for sure. This is a fun one. So I'm gonna start with his ear. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one a little bit off from my other line. Okay, there's my two lines there. Now I'm just gonna go around and then one on the bottom. I just outlined my ornament, okay? And then for the snout and the eyes, all that is just a slightly curved line for the snout, and then two like kind of oval half like parenthesis shapes around one side of the eye, the outer side of the eye, okay? Do that one a little thicker, hang on. And there you go. You just made you a whole set in an hour. And that is my time. And I hope you guys have fun. Up next, we're going to go see Das Craft Boutique with our beautiful Marisa. And so I hope you have fun with this craft. Like I said, I'll have some kits that I'll post that later. And I'll put this on my YouTube. But I will see you guys Wednesday then for a live sale. You're going to get some good deals. So I will see you guys. I love you very much. Thanks for hanging out. Never ever forget how much Jesus loves you, okay? And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.